All right, guys, I want to welcome you guys to the second official episode of Hops, Beans, and Leaves. I'm here with our crack team of specialists. We've got Josh from Poppa Hop Bottle Shop.
How you doing?
We've got Hector from Hogshead Cigars, which is where we're filming today, and I'm Clark from Virginia Commonwealth Roasters. So today we're going to be kind of talking through a couple of different beers, a couple of different cigars, hitting on maybe some pipe smoking, and I've got a specialty coffee for you. So how are you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing, man?
So far, so good.
Good.
So it's been an interesting day. We've been getting ready for our first full-on production episode. We've got our Periscope feed, of course, running, but then on top of that, we're filming where we'll be editing it together for an episode that will be featured on YouTube. So be checking that out later this week.
Also, we have a couple of iPads here. We're looking at your. If you want to, feel free to comment. We're watching. So
hitting up a few people how to get on Periscope. So Periscope.
Wicked Nymph, old Jeffrey Trigger there. How you doing? I'm glad you joined us. Good to see that. That's really cool.
So the first thing we're going to be going through tonight is the coffee.
Okay. How about a little glass fill?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pour it out. The coffee tonight is going to be featured here at Hogshead. It's actually going to be the Hogshead Signature Blend. What we've done with that is I worked closely with Hector in developing the blend based on his tastes and preferences, as well as what works really good with a lot of the cigars that he features here.
And I do got to point out Hector's glass. Indian Motorcycle is really, really cool. So I'm just gonna kind of do that a little bit.
Along with tonight, we are looking at the M. Bombay Classic Perfecto tonight. So we'll take a look. We'll feature it with the Hogshead coffee and the different brews that we've got here today from Josh's place, Poppa Bottle Shop, something like that.
It's the Poppa Hop Bottle Shop, and we're located down Route 2.
I think our first episode went a little bit smoother than this.
I think it did.
Tonight we're going to be doing two. We're going to be doing a single IPA, which is the Bengali from 6 Point, one of my favorite breweries in the country. Sean Hennessy, if you're watching right now, I know that you know this beer and you love this beer. Also, we're doing the resin, which is their double. So we'll be getting to that a little bit later.
Awesome. So the coffee that we have tonight is, like I said, it's the Hogshead Signature Blend. As we've kind of developed this blend, I focused on creating a dark, earthy coffee. It's still going to be smooth to drink, but I wanted to get that earthy flavor. I know that's something that Hector really likes in his cigars. It's something that we really like in a lot of our coffees. So yeah, that's kind of what we were going after. There's a lot of Sumatra there. So what do you think?
When we first talked about it, Clark asked me, he goes, what if we come up with a coffee just for Hogshead? And the first thing I thought of, and I told him, I said, look, it's not to say anything about you or your coffee, but I wanted that Marine Corps hardcore chow hall coffee that was just raunchy and strong, and for some reason though, it got me through my day. Anytime we're out in the field, I always look forward towards that coffee, that harsh, really dark
mud
kind of coffee.
Yeah.
And so he says, I got the perfect thing for you. And I'll tell you, just after the first taste, I'm a person who likes some bitterness in it. But then again, I cut into the M. Bombay, put it in my mouth, and it's got a little sweetness to it. But with that dark richness that the coffee offers, it had this nice bite of bitterness that I like, though. So I'm enjoying it so far.
And this is the first time that either of these guys have tried this coffee, so I'm really excited to just hear your thoughts on it. And if you're local to Fredericksburg, come on by. We'll be serving it here over the next couple of weeks. I'll be stopping by with carafes of it, as well as we'll have bags for sale here very soon. So what do you think of the coffee so far?
I think it's great. I like what Hector said. It's got that marine quality to it. It's really muddy. It's like I can't remember the name of the movie, but when the guy's like super with his coffee, it's kind of reminds me of that movie, and it's really enjoyable.
I like the earth. I could definitely get into that earthiness of it.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's got a richness to it. It's really, really tasty. I really enjoy it.
Well, the richness is going to come a lot from that dark roast Sumatra. That's what gives it that earthiness. Finish it off with a little bit of Brazil and Peru to give it just a touch of sweetness and a little bit of creaminess, because whereas you really like that earthy flavor, I try to bring all of our coffees back to having a little bit of a smoothness so you can drink them black. Every coffee in our lineup, I try to make it so that the everyday coffee drinker, even if you drink cream and sugar in your coffee normally, you end up drinking it black. It's a better cup of coffee.
I will say this too, that I'm with Hector on last week's episode where he said to keep the wrapper on, and it's got, that's beautiful artwork on it.
Yeah, no, and it's gorgeous. And Bombay, it's got a really nice wrapper to it, and they've got a nice little surprise once you unwrap that first band. But the other good point that my wife made afterwards was that the reason why she keeps it on, so that the oils off her fingers don't,
Taint the cigar.
Taint the cigar. So, everybody's got their purpose. But, it's nice artwork, especially if it's got some nice artwork on it. I like to keep it there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking of which, why don't we dig into the cigar a little bit more?
So, first, again, we're looking at the M. Bombay Classic Perfecto tonight. It's got a nice light shade to it. The wrapper is Ecuadorian wrap, excuse me. Binders from the Dominican Republic, and the filler, they've got several in this. It's Honduran, Nicaraguan, Peru, and the Dominican Republic filler in it. Looking at the website, what they say is that it's a classic blend of light body perspective medium that encompasses smooth flavors. The profile offers subtle notes of nutmeg spice, graham cracker sweetness, and creamy essence. When I first cut it, and then put it to my lips, it's got this nice smooth sweetness about it right off the bat without having to pre-light, so that's a pre-light draw. After lighting, as you can tell, I did a nice little light here, and it's burning so far so good. I will say that initially, and it might be just because of the shape, it's a little tight to the draw in the beginning, but it's a nice, rich, and creamy. I'm getting that really light, smooth, but rich and creamy taste to it. I don't yet taste the nutmeg spice of the spice and the graham cracker sweetness just yet.
And I will say that I'm brand new to cigars. I've had a few, and I'm kind of picking up on that creaminess a little bit. I can get that. It's super enjoyable.
Yeah, this is one of the better cigars that I think I've ever had. It's very, very smooth.
And we had a question as to how much these are.
Yeah, where's the price point on these cigars here?
So this one in particular, we sell it here. We try to stick with MSRP. So here it runs about $11 for this particular stick.
Okay.
Super enjoyable and yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
What about
the stick?
The length of time smoking this?
For me on average, probably about an hour, 15 minutes.
Okay.
I like to take my time with them, and then especially if I'm drinking something, I like to really mix the flavors to kind of enhance those flavor profiles.
We got a question. What was the name and maker?
So this is the M. Bombay Classic Perfecto.
Super tasty.
The M. Bombay Classic Perfecto.
M. Bombay.
Yeah, I'm loving the way it mixes with that earthiness from the coffee.
Absolutely.
I can get that too. It's got that creaminess, almost like the cream on top of the coffee.
Exactly.
Super.
So pre-light, what are we drinking here? Because with the pre-light and the at least the flavor profile on this, just from the first kind of smell to it, I guess, really just popped and actually it popped more in this than it did coming from the cigar.
So what Hector has in his glass is Triple Haze from Abita in Louisiana, and it's their higher ABV Purple Haze. It's a raspberry wheat ale. So
yeah, that was actually one we were drinking right before the show as we were getting ready and stuff. So
little edge off there.
Really good drink.
It's not working too good.
So we want to thank everyone that's on the Periscope feed right now. Just take a moment to thank you guys. Ask you, please let people know about it on Facebook, Twitter. Give us shout outs. We appreciate every single one of you guys.
If you've got any suggestions, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. You can definitely text us here while we're live. And just let us know things that you might want to see, maybe different craft beers that you want to see, cigars that you might want to, you might want us to try for you, at least break out. So give you an idea whether you want to try it. Again, I'm the type of guy, I like that bitterness. With the coffee, it fits well.
Mm-hmm.
It really brings out the bitterness
Absolutely
of the coffee, so I liked it.
Jeff, and you were almost correct. It's 9% even on the triple haze. So,
and if you're coming to us from Fredericksburg, definitely come on by, get a cup of the Hogshead Signature Series coffee. If you aren't from Fredericksburg and you can't get over here, go online to vcr.coffee. If you use the coupon code Hops Beans Leafs, you'll get a 10% discount. The closest one to the signature that we have on the website is called FXBG. It's our dark, earthy, Sumatra-inspired coffee. So, again, it's vcr.coffee.
very close, Jeff. Very close. You did well. Also, I think that goes for at least all three of us. If you mention our webcast here, you'll get a 10% discount at the shop. So, just want to throw that one out there.
What's your bring as far as your craft beer? What you bring this tonight?
So tonight we got two. We've got two IPAs. One's a single IPA. This is Bengali from 6 Point. Again, this is one of my favorite breweries. They're out of Brooklyn, New York. Actually just got a phone call from them, and we're going to be bringing some exciting beer on tap very soon. And also a event. We're going to be doing a sort of a tap takeover with 6 Point in March. So keep that in your calendars. The second is Resin. This is their double IPA. This is a 9.1 ABV, 103 IBUs, and we'll get more into IBUs a little bit later. I kind of want to talk about that. The single is a 6.5, and it's 69 IBUs. So I think we should start with the single, and then we'll graduate to the double.
All right, as we're pouring this, can I ask you, what's the difference between a single IPA and a double IPA? Because we hear that all the time, and personally, being more of a coffee person, less of a beer person, not a clue.
Okay, so single IPA is generally just amounts to the ABVs. Okay, so you get up into 8, 9, 10% ABVs. You're talking about doubles or imperial IPAs. Then there's which I really think is ridiculous, but triple IPAs. But there are those as well, and those 11, 12, even have 14, 18%ers. So we will pour this. I do want to talk a little bit about glassware. This is a shaker glass. Not really my particular favorite for any sort of beer. It's got a thick wall to it. You got a lot of heat coming through your hand. This is what they call an IPA glass, and it's got the ridges to kind of allow the hop aroma to come up through the bowl. And this is your preferred glass. So I'll pour you gentlemen a glass.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
While he's doing that, I'd like to take a moment, and I meant to do it up at the beginning of the show, was give a shout out to Apocalypse Furniture for providing us with our set. This stuff is sturdy.
This stuff is amazing.
It's gorgeous. As a matter of fact, I've asked them to probably hook us up with a couple of these tables for here at the lounge. I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, this stuff, and it's durable. I don't know if you can't see it from where you're at right now, but the base is a what do you say? It was a break from a
semi
drum?
Yeah,
from a semi. It's huge. I mean, but it's gorgeous, and it's meant to be used. And I can't thank Wes enough for providing for these. And then the chairs, man. These stools are awesome. The wood's beautiful. All he did was take some rebar and did his thing with them. Yeah, it's heavy though.
Wes has been amazing to work with. If you're on Facebook, find Apocalypse Furniture. We'll be doing an episode where we'll actually be interviewing them in the future. So, I mean, everything that I've seen that they've done is great. The second we started working on this this whole series, I said, listen, we got to reach out to them. we got to touch base with these guys, and they were more than gracious enough to provide us with some amazing furniture.
Absolutely. So, Wes, thank you very much. Again,
Thank you.
appreciate the furniture from Apocalypse Furniture. Check them out on Facebook.
Absolutely. So what are we tasting?
So this is a single IPA. This is the Bengali. Again, 6.5 ABV, 69 IBUs, and you guys take a good whiff. Part of the whole experience.
Now, I don't know if I'm wrong, but pineapple?
Yes, very tropical. They're
I'm
using
getting
a
some
lot,
citrus there.
a little bit of citrus. Yeah, a lot of grapefruit, a lot of things
That's
going
what
on
it
there.
is. Grapefruit.
Yeah.
Grapefruit. More grapefruit than the pineapple.
And doesn't that pair well with that cigar? I think it does.
That's hoppy.
It is.
It is.
That's very
It's
hoppy.
hoppy.
And to give everybody a little idea as to what an IPA is, it was an old style, at least the story goes, that the British troops, when they occupied India, they found out that if they put hops and hopped the heck out of their pale ales, it would last longer throughout the journey to India from Great Britain, and thus became the Indian Pale Ale. So,
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's that's a good match. I like that a lot.
It is.
Again, I don't know
It's
much
the
about
exact
craft, but
opposite end of the spectrum as the coffee.
right.
but
But this-
still matches really like to the same point. It just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's a dichotomy there.
Even though it looks light, it feels heavy
hmm
when you're drinking it.
Super enjoyable and really super sessionable at 6.5 ABV, you know, so it's a wonderful drink. And 6 Point, they're a wonderful brewery. They consistently make great products. So a lot of people get turned off by the can. They think this is like a Red Bull can, and it is 12 ounces.
So with that being said, I'm gonna cut in here right quick. I wanted to talk a little bit cigar news, and the reason I want to bring it up now is because obviously we've closed down for the night. We brought out the beer, we brought out the coffee, we brought out the cigars, and a part of this thing is to educate our customers. Right now, what's working for us is that there's a House Bill 904, and what that is, it allows cigar shops to serve beer, wine, and alcohol at the
Hey,
store.
cheers to that, man.
You know, hopefully one day we'll be serving this to our customers.
Absolutely.
Cheers,
Now-
boys.
There is a stipulation with the alcohol. It can only be 2 ounces per serving, and only 2 servings per person. Beer is 5 ounces per serving, two servings per person, and then wine is 4 ounces.
Look at the love you're getting, man. You're getting hearts going right now. Yeah.
So, it's passed the House and passed the Senate, so all we need to do is have it signed into law, and you better believe that I'll be one of the first ones at the door getting my license.
Amen.
So that's one of the things that's out there right now. The other thing I wanted to mention right quick is the FDA regulations. A lot of people come in, they're asking me, hey, what's going on with the FDA? Well, that bill has been pushed over to the OMB, which is, I believe, the Office Management of Budget and something.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 2 options, and right now one of the options is that every cigar, I believe that's made after 2007 has to get approval, and to push each individual cigar. I mean, it's each individual cigar. It doesn't matter whether it's the same blend. If it's different sizes, each one of those cigars is going to have to go through approval. And it's like 250,000, some godly amount to get it passed.
That's crazy.
Which is bad for the industry, bad for our customers, because it's going to put a dent into the industry. A lot of these boutique blends have been able to come out and really, strut their stuff here in the States may not exist here in another year or so. So the other options is that it gets exempt. So hopefully, it works in our favor.
Yeah, the price will go up, but on top of that, beyond just the price going up, we're going to see massive decrease in the supply. I mean, all of a sudden, all these little guys that are able to create these fantastic blends. I know we've got Percy Ray Cigars here. They're a smaller company.
Right.
How are they going to even exist with that kind of legislation?
Right. Right. You know, and Percy Ray's, there you go. Yeah, let's definitely march on DC.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The 1,000 cigar march, right? I mean, let's do it.
All smoking a stogie.
Yeah.
So, you know, those. So if you didn't know, those are some of the things that are on the street right now. Hopefully it works in our favor, though. You know, the thing about cigars is cigar smokers, they come in, they're not a rowdy bunch. You know, the reason you smoke a cigar is so you can relax, kick your feet up, and nothing wrong with having a beer or a glass of wine or a glass of liquor of your choice. You know, it's one of those things that when you walk in through the door, you want to take a load off.
Well, and your family. I know here at Hogshead, first time I was here was what, 6 months ago or so?
Wow.
And the second time, 75% of the people knew my name. I mean, it was crazy how it was immediately family.
Right.
And even right now, as we're filming off camera, a couple of our friends are sitting back watching the show that are just family to us. So we don't want to see that disappear. We definitely need to make sure you write your congressman. Make sure, I mean, what can we do?
Yeah, definitely call your congressman, call your representatives, let them know to support the bills, let them know that, hey, look, cigars are not your cigarette, they're not your vape, they're not your hookah. Yeah, nothing that's wrong with that, but it's a culture in itself. You know, you're not going to go to a vape shop and a hookah shop. You're not going to, and that's what they are. They're shops. So you're not going to walk into what you walk into any cigar lounge. You know, where it's a culture.
Well, I can say, Hector. I mean, coming in here, I've been in here 3 times now, and I met Hector a couple of weeks ago, and we've become fast friends.
We met at the Frosty Brew Fest, matter of fact.
Yeah. So, you know,
I've known you
culture.
just a scotch longer, but I mean.
Yeah, but I feel like I've been friends with you for a lifetime. So.
Well, yeah, we grew up 5 minutes from each other and somehow know all the same people in South Stafford. So if you're in the White Oak area,
that's
how's
where
it going?
we grew up. So how you doing? I will say this too, as far as the legislation, they're doing that with the craft beer industry too. They're wanting to promote nutritional facts on some of these craft breweries, and it already takes 6 months to a year to get a label approved. Then they want to put the nutritional facts, which cost again a whole lot of money, and it takes time and everything else because they got to go do X, Y, and Z. So we gotta stop this legislation going in trying to kind of dismiss these factions. So.
I mean, what it tends to do is it puts the small business maker out of business.
It does.
You can't be a little shop anymore. You've got to be big. You've got to have capital, which I know they're trying to help small business, but it's having the reverse effect.
Trigger, you're right. Yes, it will. It will, because I think it's $250,000 a beer. So you're absolutely right, and it's upsetting.
So I just had a question come down from one of our viewers just asking where people are from. So if you're on our Periscope feed tonight, give us a shout out. Let us know where you're from. We definitely want to connect with you. Make sure you, again, follow us on Facebook. We've got our Instagram page set up. We're going to start rolling with that. Twitter set up. Hops, Beans, Leafs. Facebook is facebook.com/hops, beans, and leaves.
And the the website soon to follow.
Yeah,
very soon.
So the website will be coming up, and with the website, you're also going to get shout outs from all of the other organizations here around town that are helping support us. So we've got a number of different companies and organizations that are already bound with us and helping us go through this. So.
And I would say with that, though, I would also, like to ask if anybody knows anybody out there that could benefit from us coming out to them, or that like to sponsor the show. We'd be more than happy to sit down and talk. Like I said, most of you met Cal earlier today. Clark, put it on Facebook. Hey, anybody know a production manager? And bam, there you go. Within half an hour, an hour.
Yeah, I've known Cal now for about a year. And it's all friends. Everything we do is through personal connection. We are not a big corporation trying to build a bigger corporation. We're small businesses. We each have our own individual business, and we just decided to link arms and have some fun with this. Because,
well, I think that the great thing about us three is we all have a natural friendship. You know, it's from day one, just boom. You know, it's almost brotherhood. And you know, we invite anybody to be part of that brotherhood. You know, we've got the cigars, the coffee, and the beer, and we're all in it together. So
how you coming along? I mean, you can see the difference between the two of us. I'm probably almost into the first third of it. How you?
Like, look at me, man. What am I doing? I gotta take the label off.
There you go. It still maintains that consistency. It's still got that very nice, heavy, creamy flavor profile to it.
Oh, the sisters. Yes, honey. The sisters.
The sisters. Yeah, just a quick shout out, Stogie Love. If you guys are on here, also if you're on Facebook, find Stogie Love. They are some great friends of ours, and you'll see them at different events that we do in the upcoming year also. So,
also, if my boys are watching, Caleb and Jackson, I love you guys, and I'll be home soon. Daddy be home.
Of course, it is bedtime.
Yes, it is bedtime.
So go to bed.
Yes.
So we're in the last 5 minutes of the show. What things do we need to hit, and what do we need to? What are we doing next week?
Well, next week we'll be featuring another one of my favorite roasts. I'm going to be bringing in a special roast. It's a single origin Papua New Guinea. So that one we call Cheese Gel because I've got a family in Papua New Guinea, Jason and Lake and Cheese Gel, that we help support through missions. So we'll be tasting that. What do we have in the beer lineup?
You know, I don't know. I've got Hop Slam coming this week. I've got Fruit Basket. I've got all sorts of fruit baskets from Champion, their local Charlottesville brewery, I believe. That's kind of the unicorn beer that everybody's calling it. We didn't even hit the resin, so
I was gonna say you want to crack it open.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's a little slow on the crack.
Hey, if I need to, I'll speed up.
let me see your glass there, Hector.
So what is this one? As we close out the.
This is the double. So this is the way it goes. We got Bengali, got the resin, and then we have the high res, which is the triple IPA. Which again, going back, kind of a ridiculous thing, but I've got a buddy. His name's Sean Hennessy, and I don't know if he's watching or if he's not, but he makes a triple IPA that's just ridiculous. Tasty, tasty stuff. And again, that all has to do with the ABVs.
So any insights into what we'll be looking at tobacco-wise in the upcoming week?
You know what? I think we're going to hit up some pipe. We didn't get to hit the pipes tonight, so I think next week we'll bring out the pipes, talk a little bit of pipe tobacco, and I'm no expert, but you know, I'll reach out to the network, see who we can find, and maybe bring in somebody who knows a little bit more than I do.
I will say that I've just started tobacco in the pipe like 3-4 days ago, and I'm already like hooked. So,
again, for those of you that missed us tonight, we'll definitely be on YouTube. Do we have the channel yet set up?
The channel's set up. Go to Hops, Beans, and Leaves on the Facebook page, and we'll give you guys a link to the channel. Also, a couple of quick shout-outs. Again, Stogie Love. Definitely connect with them. Apocalypse Furniture,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Our friend Cal.
Friend Cal with
thank you.
FXBG.TV. Lindsay over at Stash Barbershop.
Absolutely, and I need a haircut. And also,
I don't know why you're not watching.
And also 6 Point. You know, I'll be meeting with you guys, and hopefully you guys will be seeing this.
And Bombay, as a new cigar on the shelf, I'm really digging it. I'm getting into the second, third, and it's starting to mellow out and sweeten up just a bit.
In Bombay, great job on the stick. So,
all right.
So what do you guys think about this beer, though? I mean, to me, a double IPA is a little bit sweeter than a single.
This one I get more. See, the other one more the grapefruit. This is where I'm getting more the.
A little sweeter, a little brighter.
a little sweeter.
Yeah.
And It's the higher the ABVs, of course,
Still
the more
really
sugar
hoppy.
is needed to produce that. You're going to get a lot more sugars in that one. Triples.
You can definitely taste it. Absolutely.
I think I'm more a fan of the single so far.
That's usually me too.
I like the sweetness in this one.
The sweetness in this one is really good, though. So, guys, if you have been watching on Periscope, thank you so much. Definitely continue. We will be hosting this episode again next week.
I think a lot of people get prettier after a
lot of people
couple of
get
these.
prettier after a couple of high ABVs beer. Are we ready, folks?
I think so.
All right, guys. Well,
Thank you for joining us at Hops, Beans, and Leaves.
Thank you for joining us,
Thank
and
you.
we'll be here again Tuesday next week. So we're here at Hogshead Lounge. Come check him out with all his wonderful cigars. He's got in this crazy huge humidor, and
And this table and these chairs will be on display here for a little bit.
they are. They're for sale, and they are wonderful, super sturdy. So
Try out some of these beers. Make sure you stop and visit Josh over at Poppa Hop Bottle Shop. See, I said it right this time.
oh,
There we go.
and hey guys, VCR Coffee. You know, we've Hogshead and myself, Poppa Hop. We both sell his product. It's wonderful coffee, super fresh, awesome stuff. So
Thank you to our small audience for joining us tonight.
yeah,
Yes, thank you guys.
thank you guys.
Have a good night. We'll see you next week.